How can mold be used to make antibiotics? Imagine a tiny mold fighting bacteria in the wild, saving lives without us even knowing. This natural battle has led to some of the most important medicines we use today. Certain molds produce substances that can kill or stop bacteria from growing. The most famous example is the mold from the genus Penicillium. This mold naturally makes a compound called penicillin, which was the first widely used antibiotic. Penicillin works by stopping bacteria from building their cell walls, which makes them unable to survive or multiply. To turn mold into medicine, scientists follow a few key steps. First, they select the right mold species. For penicillin, they use molds like Penicillium notatum and Penicillium chrysogenum. Penicillium chrysogenum is preferred because it produces more penicillin, making large-scale production easier. Next, the mold is grown in special environments called fermentation tanks. These tanks are filled with nutrient-rich solutions containing sugars and other ingredients to help the mold grow. The environment is carefully controlled to ensure the mold multiplies and produces the antibiotic compound efficiently. This process can take about 1 to 2 weeks, depending on the mold and conditions. Once the mold has produced enough penicillin, the next step is extraction. Scientists separate the penicillin from the fermentation broth, which is the liquid where the mold was grown. They use filtration and other methods to isolate the antibiotic. After extraction, the penicillin is purified to remove any impurities, making it safe for medical use. It is important to remember that molds like Penicillium can also be environmental allergens. For some people, exposure to mold spores can cause sneezing, coughing, or asthma symptoms. While the molds used for antibiotic production are grown under sterile conditions to prevent exposure, molds are common in homes and outdoors, which can trigger allergies. The discovery of mold's ability to produce antibiotics changed medicine forever. It allowed us to treat bacterial infections that were once deadly. However, for people with mold allergies, exposure to mold spores in the environment can cause health issues. This highlights how molds are both helpful and potentially harmful. In summary, molds naturally produce antibiotics as a defense against bacteria. Scientists grow these molds in controlled environments, extract the antibiotic compounds they produce, and then purify them for use in medicine. This process has saved countless lives, but it also reminds us that molds can be both beneficial and allergenic.